Hello, church family. It's 2-Minute Tuesday. Some of you may recall that I used to be really into mountain biking. Before I started seminary, I rode with a bunch of people who are a lot more serious about it than I was. One of them was the owner of a local bike shop. She raced semi-professionally, and she spent so much of her time and energy training that her friends started to say, we're worried about you. We think you might be addicted to exercise. To their surprise, she said, absolutely, for sure I'm addicted to exercise, but if it wasn't exercise, I'd be addicted to something far worse. Few of us are as self-aware as she was about our addictions, but most of us have something at the center of our lives that, if not a full-blown addiction, certainly acts like one. Now, this week marks the beginning of the season of Lent. Lent is a 40-day period of reflection and repentance. It's a season of looking forward to Good Friday and Easter. The 40 days of Lent remind us of Israel's 40 years in the wilderness, or Jesus' 40 days of fasting before his temptation. The number 40 in the Bible typically symbolizes a season of going without or waiting on the Lord. And this is why people observe Lent by giving stuff up. Now, giving stuff up for Lent has become such a common cultural practice that it's easy for us to lose touch with its spiritual significance. Many people give something up for Lent just for the sake of giving something up, and that's not the point. The point of Lent is not taking a break from some bad thing, but rather reconnecting with the very best thing. In Jeremiah 2, verse 13, God says, "My people have committed two sins. They have forsaken me, the spring of living water, and have dug their own cisterns, broken cisterns that cannot hold water." Our lives are full of spiritual substitutes, people, places, and things that we go to for the kind of peace and security that we can only get from God. We put substances and habits at the center of our lives, trying to fill a space that can only be filled by God. Seasons of fasting and self-denial don't make us better people. They remove our substitute cisterns so that we can return to the spring of living water. So, over the next few weeks, if you don't give something up, stop and think. Think about the kinds of things that are at the center of your life that you've always thought you can't live without, the things you'd be terrified to give up. If you can't identify these things for yourself, ask somebody close to you. And if you're afraid to ask, that's probably a sign that there's something at the center of your life that you should consider giving up. If you are giving something up for Lent, don't stop there. The point isn't the things you need less of. The point is the one thing you need more of. So as you take something away during this season of reflection and repentance, add something in, add some practice or habit that reorients you to the spring of living water, the life and the love of the living God.